is a F natural, not an F sharp. That in too. So here, actually, let me sort it out. Yeah, so it's going to be left hand C right there, but like normal up to that point. I'm gonna go back just a bit. Yeah, and I'll just, if you have the alternate, which I don't, because I'm playing on my old instrument, this will just have to be, no, I can get back to the right hand, C natural. I'm not sure what it is about that ending that also catches me off guard, and it's the A flat, I think, that I forget about. So this one, like, there are no dynamics, it's just all loud because the solo is just forte. It's just, it needs to come out of the texture and be heard. And one of the things also about this study too, no, actually I think it's written the same. I was going to say in the original it's written with more sharps than flats, but it's not. It's a mixture in both of them. As you could probably hear, the actual solo happens, it's right here on the page turn, that really inconvenient spot, which is why I turned so early so that I could get into it. So the first little strain of the solo happens through here. Actually, it's the whole thing, sort of. It has the ending, no, it's not quite right. No, it is, it is. It just ends a little bit differently. So it's this spot all through here with a little bit of a different ending. Yeah, so that's the spot that's kind of like the goal, right? That's the actual solo, give or take a different ending. The goal is just like freeing up our fingers, making them nice and quick, and having like the dexterity to be able to play all these notes evenly. And every single person is going to have certain note-to-note connections, a certain spot where it's just more difficult, where you just have to throw a bit more focus, a little bit more time and attention at it in order to smooth it out and make it all sound the same. But also you don't want to rush through the note-to-note connections that you feel are easier, that just feel like they come more naturally. Sometimes when we spend so long like focusing on the spots that don't come naturally, that need like the time and attention to really polishing them up, and then we neglect the spots that we happen to do naturally well, then we kind of run into this opposite problem where like the stuff we really worked on sounds really good, but the stuff that we thought we had under our fingers has been neglected and sounds a bit rushed and less even and deliberate by comparison. So I'm going to play this one more time, just from the beginning. At this time, I'm still at 68. This is a good, I think, rehearsal tempo. So I'll just go from the top again, and I'm gonna stop at the first spot that like I either fully mess up or like I almost mess up, and sort out the best way to approach it. Right there. I don't know what it is. I think I'm over anticipating that connection there between the F sharp and the A flat. For some reason, that one, F sharp to A flat in this particular study, is something that like I'm not anticipating correctly. I don't know if I'm trying to go to A natural or if it's just that, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. So I'm going to go back to that rest. mess this up a bit, but where I try to put my focus on this part, the part that is the actual solo, is on these first three, because that D, E, F natural are considerably easier to play physically, and I don't want to rush them. I don't know why I want to put an E natural there. It is an E flat. For it. I saw my L written in and I still wasn't quite ready for it. So this one is going to be right, and then that one will be left so that the E flat can be right. I'm even going to put a little star next to it so it catches my attention sooner. Yeah, that's something I need to practice too, because I'm trying to go back to the left hand C and it's not going to make a clean transition to that A flat. I got to get to the right hand C. I'll try that again. I got that transition okay, but I think I messed up that next measure. That's what it is. I was playing an E flat again and it's just a D. The mistake I keep making through some of these like iterations of this little theme is that my brain is like assuming or anticipating that the intervals between the notes is bigger than it actually is. I think we spend so much time focusing on like big leaps between notes, larger intervals, that we take for granted how difficult they can be still when the intervals are very tight, very close together, how difficult some of those fingering patterns can really be, which is why I want to start this so slow. I'm actually going to slow it down a little bit more, just about 5 clicks slower. And we'll go from the beginning one more time. And I'm going to put the 8th note subdivision on so that I can hear both parts of the bar. Felt extra tricky that time. I don't know if I played it wrong before, but I'm gonna do it again. Transition that time and then got caught up here. It's the F, either F A flat or F sharp A flat that I stumble on every time. Actually make this without having to pause to breathe, depending on how fast you go. I think with the rest, if you can breathe quick enough and get a nice clean start, you might not have to take a pause when you're playing this through, like at the end of your practice week or practice month, however long you're spending on this. I want to go back to that one spot that I was stumbling through before. It's a little bit better. It's this right here. Really just these two measures right there. Those are particularly tricky. It's the combination of like the G and the A flat. It's the same thing. Like every time I add a little bit, like I connect a little bit more of that section, then I'm like under-prepared or under-anticipating the next chunk and I mess up. And now it was right notes, but I was rushing. So let me try again. That's better. Better. I'm gonna do that much again. I'm gonna start from the page turn, or I can do it without. I lost my spot and I was like, can I keep going from memory long enough to find where I'm meant to be? I couldn't. Although it did go about 4 or 5 bars before I lost it. I just looked down and then I looked back and I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna do that stretch one more time. I almost had it. I made it through that one stretch, but then I got derailed, but I was running out of air. I'm gonna do the opposite of like the expected practice technique for a minute. I'm gonna go slower because there are still a few spots where I feel like I'm rushing or almost rushing, but by the time I become aware of it, it's like it's already happened. There's so many notes going by so fast. So I'm actually gonna slow it down to 58. So it's not quite painfully slow, but this is quite a bit slower. And I'm gonna just try and make this like as metronomic and even as I possibly can. So that was extra messy going slower. So I think some of the like the messiness was just hidden by a faster tempo before. Now I can really hear it. So that time, the trick I used to kind of keep myself grounded and not rush through it was I was actually listening to the key clicks, and I was trying to make them sound as like match the metronome as much as possible. And that kind of helped keep me focused on like the mechanism more than like the notes and reading ahead to the next one. I'm gonna try that again. I feel as if I can hear some of the flaws more at the slower tempo. And if I were practicing this like for real, like over across a whole week, the next thing I would do, I'm just gonna do it once. I'm gonna pick a spot. I'm gonna pick that troublesome spot. And I'm gonna do something a little bit different. It's gonna be really slow. I'll try that a little faster. Do that, like working it faster, getting faster and faster until I could even do that close to like performance tempo. But I'm gonna keep this like kind of swing-ish pattern and play that tricky section again. I'm gonna try it at the tempo I was at before. Anyway, I could do that all the way through to the end, but I'm gonna play it straight, like as written now, and it should sound better. started brushing. I really think that playing around with like that emphasis, like changing, when you have a pattern that's just like straight notes, all the same, like rhythmic figure, they're like straight 16th, straight triplets, straight eighth notes, whatever it is, but at a quick tempo. I think that this is really helpful to do what's called like rhythmic displacement, where you kind of make it like a swing pattern. So like what I did before was kind of like a variation on like a dotted eighth, 16th type rhythm. And then you can do the reverse. Like there's a whole list of them that my teacher gave me when I was at Guildhall that I used for anything like this. I'm gonna start inching it up a little bit faster. So let's go, that's 68. So let's try 78. Almost had it. Jump going up 10 clicks, but I think I'm going to leave it here and just work on polishing it up now at this tempo. Let me get back. I'm going to go back to the beginning and do it again at this tempo, and then I'm going to start focusing on like the weaker sections. It's getting closer, but I am going to try it again at this same tempo. I'm going to go from the top again. Better. Nope, I've got to measure ahead. decided that this tempo is just too fast for today. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit to 73, which is just 5 clicks faster than where I started. Let me try this at this slightly slower tempo. I think this will be better. Better. Yeah, I think that's a much better tempo. I think I'm just going to play it through now. For final playthrough, I'm going to try it without the metronome. I might go a little slower than 73. I'm going to try and pick it up at that tempo that I just played it, but I might slow down a bit. We'll see.